Okay, so finally, Arjuna, after listening to all this, asks Krishna. Okay, first time Arjuna is asking something which is going to take him closer to Krishna. Till now, whatever he spoke, whatever he asked, was something against spirituality. He was asking why I should do this, what is this, etc., etc., etc. We know the whole story now. Right now, the first question properly he is asking is, what you are explaining about the sthit prajna. Sthit is being there, prajna is intelligence, intellect. So a stable, steady intellect. That's the meaning. A steady intellect. So he's saying a person with a steady intellect, के बारे में इतना description दे रहे हो, you know, how is he? How does he sit? How does he walk? How does he talk? How is this person? Can you explain what is Sthita Prajna? So this is how he is asking the question. Finally, he is asking sensible questions. Now Krishna can actually explain even better. Because till now he was not asking only. Krishna was simply telling, because Guru बना दिया. कृष्ण बोले जा रहे थे सब कुछ कि ऐसा होना चाहिए, वैसा होना चाहिए, सांख्य याद दिलाते हैं, फिर उसको बुद्धि योग के बारे में सब बोलते हैं, how to do the right karmas, what is everything, he starts explaining. And then now when he starts speaking about a steady intellect, about the person who is so perfect, you know, even in the previous shloka they say that he goes beyond the flowery words of the Vedas. That was the 52nd one, I think. What is this flowery words of the Vedas? Again, those 80,000 shlokas which tell us about the yagyas, karmas, and it's technically also called karma kand. Because there is lots of action to be done in those 80,000. Yagya, homa, puja, everything is coming in that. Yoga, everything comes in that. So then he is saying, you have to go beyond that. You know, that's like you have to move beyond that at some point. So it does not mean that I leave all what I am doing. It's just that I know that there is something more than that. Most of us feel बस पूजा कर लिया, बस यही मेरा जिंदगी हो गया, यही आध्यात्म है. That's what Krishna is saying. That's not spirituality. You're thinking the ladder is the realization. Doesn't work. These are steps on the ladder. You have to reach the top of the ladder, and every step you're holding on and saying, okay, I'm done. This is it. This ladder is only self-realization. No, this scripture is only self-realization. No, you have to work on yourself. So these are tools and steps for us to move on. So the tools को छोड़ भी नहीं देना है, लेकिन बस वही है सब कुछ, ये भी नहीं सोचना है. So this is a very challenging place wherein we feel, okay, now I have done this, I will never need to do a puja again. No, the puja will start happening through you. You will understand that you don't have to do it anymore. It will happen through you. All the homas, yagyas, kriyas will be a natural process for you and not something I have to do this so that I can stay on the spiritual path. वो doing का जो feverishness है, that will reduce. Naturally, you will move on to a very steady place. So that's what Krishna is getting at. So flowery words of the Vedas छोड़ देते हैं and they are santusht in themselves. So this is very challenging because right now Arjuna is asking, how is this person? How will he walk? How does he sit? So there is no difference in how they walk, how they do whatever they do. So every time I tell the Zen story that there is a person, there is a Zen monk, and the disciple comes and he sees the Zen monk, gets up in the morning, does his rituals, goes to the well, brings the water, cooks his food, chops the wood and sleeps. So this man says, what did you do before you were self-realized? So he says the same thing. So he says, then what's the difference? You've become a monk now and you're still doing the same thing. Kabir was doing the same thing. He was a weaver. He continued weaving. He said, why should I leave what I was doing? So what's the difference is they do the same work, but with awareness. There is awareness. They're conscious now. Earlier, same work was being done unconsciously. That's the only difference. So then he says, this is the difference. I'm aware, everything is in awareness. I'm not after anything, no desires, not running after, I'm living in the moment, doing my actions and just being, just being. That is only self-realization. He has realized. So this is the difference. So then now Arjuna is asking, how does he sit? How does he walk? Now Krishna is not going to tell the Zen monk story and say he will still walk the same way. He will still speak the same way. Nothing like that. So Krishna says, Prajahati yada kaman. He stops running after desires. And then he stays in his own self santushta. So this is the biggest challenge for us. We all look for happiness somewhere else. All of us. Ye hua to main khush. Ye mila to main khush. If this one spends time with me, I am happy. If this one does this, I am happy. We are only expecting from people and only bringing more and more miseries. We may not expect from people, we'll expect from situations and circumstances. That's even worse. So everywhere we are in a mess. So then Krishna is saying, this fellow, who's Sthita Prajna, has stopped running after the desires. Now this is a big challenge for us because desires are going to pop for everybody, whoever they are, however realized. Desires are those vrittis which were there in the mind surface and it's going to keep coming. For the one who has more rajas, the desire, the pop, the bubble will be huge. So it will sound, tuck, tuck, tuck it will be. But for those who are realized or on the path or not focused on that and focused on the self, the desires will still rise, but they'll be like very small bubbles. They'll come and go, and they will not bother them technically. It will not be bothersome at all. Because upar ka jo layer hai, the main surface will be very much focused on the self. खुद में संतुष्ट कैसे रहें? All of you need to think. खुद में संतुष्ट कोई भी नहीं है. कोई भी नहीं है. कोई चीज से हम संतुष्ट होते हैं. कुछ मिलने पे संतुष्ट. If I get something, I'll be happy. This we need to break. Is what Krishna is going to teach us how. But right now he is giving the characteristic that this person is very much happy in the self. If we start depending on other people for happiness, life is going to be miserable. Not only for you, but on the person from whom you are expecting. It's not fair. It's not fair. Because I want this from this one, then only I'll be happy. तो उसको वो करना ही पड़ेगा. ऐसा थोड़ी है. It's not fair, right? If somebody says, you do this, then I'll be happy. You do this, then I'll be happy. If they give you 20 things to do in a day, you will be like, go to hell. I mean, you be happy or sad, I don't care. I can't do so many things. I can do this, maybe I can do this. So this is a mess. We are expecting too much from people. And why we are expecting is because I want to be happy. So you have to do this. This is not a fair equation, okay? So then dependence on people for my happiness is not what Krishna is teaching us. Dependence on anything or anybody for my happiness is not how life works. Then we will never be Sthita Prajna. We will never have a steady intellect. Why? Because they will be feverish. Too many vrittis. This fever will be there within us. It could be of our own children. It could be of spouse. It could be of boss, subordinate, office ke log. It really doesn't matter who it is. It could be your very own maid who is working for you. And really, believe me, it could be anybody in the house and you will be expecting and you will be suffering. This is happening. So what does it mean? Do we, not give them some work, especially if they're subordinates? You allot the work and teach them the thing. But then your happiness should not depend on that. That's all. Your mood should not, you will tell them this is not done properly. This is how you should do it. This is the right way to do it, whatever. But your mood should not depend on that. Okay? Your happiness quotient is your property. But right now, Our happiness quotient is everybody's property. Everybody is checking. Okay, and we are checking them also. कि ये ऐसा कर रहे हैं कि नहीं. अच्छा, मेरे हस्बैंड ने आज खाना खाया. I am so happy. How can a person eating food make you happy? It's really ridiculous. वो खाना खाया, उसका अच्छा होगा, great. Be very, okay with it. But that should not make you happy and sad. So depending on other people and their reactions and actions for your happiness is not what Krishna is telling. Krishna is saying, you be happy in yourself. Now, how you will do that is you need to check. Because all of us personally will have to check who are the people we depend on for our happiness. And whoever you depend on for your happiness is facing misery because of you. Understand this, because we are troubling them, we are after their life. ये ऐसा करो तो मैं खुश रहेगा, ऐसा करो तो. This is not how it works. Okay, so we need to be very clear that nobody can make me happy and sad. That's my business. Okay, that's my business, my problem, my issue. I have to solve it. I have to be happy in myself. So for that, we need to do the self-effort. The entire work is on myself so that I am just happy. I'm just happy. Or I'm just sad. It doesn't matter. But not uske wajah se, iske wajah se. That doesn't work. Whoever does whatever, okay, everybody is going to do. Just because we are listening to Gita and maybe we have reached somewhere, people are still going to be in their self and going to behave the way they have to behave. Now, how you react or respond depends on you. Okay, sometimes you'll say, I'm not going to react. I'm just going to keep quiet. But inside you are unhappy. So anyway, they were able to change your tune your mode. So it's in their control. Take in your control. This is very important. Your happiness is your business. Make it a slogan. My happiness is my business. जिसको जो करना है कर ले. मेरे को I'll be happy. Finish. Because I like to be happy. If you like to be sad, you can be sad also. But don't put the finger on anybody कि इसके वजह से उसके वजह से. Sometimes we feel low. It's okay. Just sit with yourself. How many of us can sit with ourselves without a mobile, without a substance, without a distraction? हम लोग को जैसे ही अकेले में टाइम मिल गया, oh, I can stay alone very easily. I like to stay alone, but I need the mobile. I need the social media. I can see so many laughs and smiles. I need the kuch to chahiye. If we could be just ending up maybe taking a couple of drinks or maybe smoking or maybe watching some movie or 3 घंटे कैसे पता ही नहीं चला. Go. I just want to watch a movie. But I'm going to distract myself. I don't like my own company. And we expect other people to like our company. It's very difficult. If you don't like your own company, how is other people going to love or like, even spend time with you? Start liking your company. Start sitting with yourself and spending time with yourself and being happy with yourself. It's very difficult. We are happy with others. कितना अच्छा है ना, मैं बहुत खुश है. कितनी अच्छी है ना, मैं बहुत खुश. खुद से खुश हो जा. Be happy with yourself, in yourself. आत्मन्येवात्मना तुष्टः means खुद के साथ ही खुद ही खुश हूं मैं अपने आत्मन में ही. Here they mean the mind. So me, myself, I'm happy. Seated in myself, I am happy. How easy or difficult this is the main thing in the shloka.